Dorothea Lange was a documentary photographer during the early 20th century that mainly photographed in exposures. She was born in New Jersey to second-generation German immigrants in 1895. At the age of 18, she decided she wanted to be a photographer, so she studied photography at Columbia University and then moved to San Francisco to open her own portrait studio, where she photographed mainly upper-class people. After the 1929 stock crash, she started photographing the poor unemployed she saw around her, most notably in White Angel Jungle. This image, titled White Angel Breadline, was taken in San Francisco in 1933 and shows a sea of men in dirty jackets waiting for food. This main subject has his hat pulled over his eyes, so he is almost unrecognizable, showing the shame or wounded pride he may have because of begging for food. The vantage point or angle the photograph was taken from also adds to the belief that these men are down on their luck. Lange is looking down on them from above as if showing they're in a lower class. It also seems as if all of the lighting is going towards this man, making him the focus. The rest of the men, with their backs towards the camera, are darker, showing they are background images. This portrait is just one of the first examples of what Lange will eventually become known for, documenting hardships on Americans in the first half of the 1900s. Taken December 1935 at the Bosque Farms Project in New Mexico, this photograph depicts a farm child recently relocated. Lange's use of natural side lighting from a window is what really makes this photo. The little girl is facing away from the light, leaving her in the shadow, adding to the already somber mood of the photograph. This next image is Dorothea Lange's best-known photograph. It's titled Migrant Mother and was taken at a pea farm in Napalm, California in 1936. This photograph is one of a series taken for the Resettlement Administration to show the government and people of the United States what hardships farm laborers were up against during the Great Depression. This image is a close-up of Florence Owen Thompson and her children in their home, a lean-to tent. By placing Florence in the center with her children around her, Lange is able to make the audience feel for them, as well as show the pain and suffering on the mother's face. With the spotlight on the subjects and the background and tent posts blurred, it also shows that this is a photograph of a mother trying to survive and take care of her children. After the Great Depression, Dorothea Lange was again employed by the government, but this time by the War Relocation Authority, where she took hundreds of pictures of Japanese Americans in relocation camps. This particular picture was taken April of 1942 at Raphael Weill School in San Francisco, California. This photograph has two young Japanese girls saying the Pledge of Allegiance just days before being sent to an internment camp in Utah. Like many of Lange's other photos, the two Japanese girls are centered in the middle of the frame with their eyes glancing upward. Placing them in the center lets you know that she is focusing on the Japanese Americans and not the other students around them. The vantage point of where the photo is taken looks down on the girls, emphasizing that they are small children who should not be seen as a threat. Also, by taking this photograph at a downward angle, you are able to see other children of different backgrounds saying the pledge with them. Although Dorothea Lange died in 1965, her photographs continue to live on as iconic symbols of the Dust Bowl and Depression era. Her use of black and white photos easily conveys the hardships farmers saw during this time period.